Alright, it's a little windy today. We got a storm moving in, but this is my organic food forest. I got about 350 organic fruit trees. We use regenerative farming. And just some of the trees, there's that's katuk. We got pineapple, rosemary. In front of the house, that's all holy basil. The bees absolutely love that. It's loaded in the morning. Behind the flag, you got 2 jackfruit. That's a wax jambu. That's soursop. And those are papayas. I've got tons of papayas this year. It's like crazy how many I've got this year. And then in the very back, that's a jujube tree. We also have aloe. I think it's the Stockton variety, which has a lot of medicinal properties, but it doesn't like the cold, so it's turning brown. This is my #1 bee attractor. It's called a bee bush. It's from the hibiscus family. In the morning, that's usually loaded. Got too many trees to mention. There's longans in the back. And in the raised bed gardens, I've got Seminole pumpkins. It's a really delicious pumpkin, and it lasts a year after you pick it. There's some marigolds to keep the insects away. Rubini, you can eat that, but I'd let it bolt for the bees, because the bees, it's a good flower source for the bees. And there's fennel. And I also have about 50 banana trees. So that one's putting out a nice pod. And here's the 1,200 square foot duck run. In the back, I got a 600 square foot rabbit run. There's my raised bed garden, which looked a lot better before the hurricane. And there's a moringa tree in the back. That's almost like a multivitamin if you do the research. And there's an ice cream bean tree, tastes like vanilla ice cream. They grow really fast, so I have 10,000 gallons of rainwater, and this helps protect it from the sun. And then we're full solar. So my biggest problem was trying to keep this pool clean due to all the fecal matter. So what I installed this 10,000 gallon Awasa water filter. It's got a UV light, it's got 9 filters, but the ducks were still clogging it up after 2 or 3 days. So then I switched to I added a 300 gallon red lava rock filter, and this thing was a game changer. The water comes out crystal clear now. The rocks have little pores in them, and the bacteria grows and then eats all the fecal matter, and then this stuff just grew naturally. I think that's goldenrod, which is really good for the bees. We're in South Florida, so we got Spanish needle everywhere. The bees really like that one too. And I also have a filter in the back that I just wash off, just trying to reduce the amount of stuff that gets back into the pool. It's a Joba de Cava. It's like a muscadine grape. It fruits and flowers on the tree. Hey guys, what you guys doing? So I got a 1,200 square foot duck coop. We've got panthers and bears and bobcats and coyotes and everything. So I wanted something really strong. So what I did is I built it out of Tarter dog fencing. And then I added 1/4 inch hardwire on the bottom and 1/2 inch hardwire on the top. And then I also have a 3-foot skirt that comes out, so if any animal digs. And then on top of that, I planted a bunch of sweet potatoes, because those are pretty durable down here. And then put that on top of the skirt. So it's pretty much nothing's going to get in here. And unfortunately, mosquito control sprays some pretty nasty stuff here, so I added a heavy-duty tarp that I can pull over the run during the nights they spray, and at least try to reduce the amount of toxins that the ducks are exposed to. So, hey sweetie, what you doing? What I try to do is I try to make sure the ducks get as much exercise as possible. So this is the inside the coop. That's where their food is and where they nest. And then they have to walk all the way over to the other side where the pool is. I put down this heavy duty weed cover for 2 reasons. One, ducks tend to get bumblefoot. and that's where they get a cut on their foot, and then it gets infected. So we haven't had any bumblefoot in over 2 years. When they did get bumblefoot, we used colloidal silver, and that works awesome. We just use full strength, spray it for a couple days. It's usually gone within 2 and 3 days. So, and the other reason was to get all the fecal matter off, get it out of the coop so they weren't walking in it. So what I do is every morning I spray the tarp down, and what I did is I made kind of like a sewer system. I just dug a hole and I spray all the stuff in there, and then I just clean it out maybe once every 4 months, and then I use that to fertilize the fruit trees. And so that's working really well. It doesn't even really smell. Here's the pool. It's a 3x8 pool, 300 gallons, made of polypropylene, which is much easier to clean. I do a deep cleaning about once every month. The pool uses filter well water, so the ducks are pretty spoiled. They say ducks technically don't need a pool, but I can't imagine not having one. Just they love cleaning themselves, splashing around, diving under the water, and it's safer for the females since the male ducks are very aggressive maters, and they backup source for drinking water. So I had a lot of trouble keeping this clean. So the way this system works is I've got an Owasa pool pump. Goes up into the 10,000 gallon filter, goes through a PVC pipe. I got a little filter on there just as a secondary backup, and then the water goes all the way through the lava rock, comes out here and back in the pool, and it comes out crystal clear. So really clean. I don't know if the light's doing justice today, but also they like to play, so I threw little stones in there. And this is actually zeolite, which absorbs some of the ammonia in the water. The ducks used to be able to open the zippers, but they haven't done that for a while. And my whole goal was, again, to reduce the load on the filters. So what I did is I bought a Owasa 2-stage filter, and the way I do this is I usually use the skimmer, and I clean all the leaves and the feathers out of the pool first, and then I vacuum the pool. And this is a 2-chamber, and it goes out the back. And then this all goes into bananas, mangoes, and a pond apple. And so it's working really well. The trees are probably about 4 times bigger than the other ones I planted at the same time, just probably from all the fertilizer. And then I'll show you under the coop. So we decided to go with hemp because it's less dust and absorbs 4 times more moisture, and that's been working really well. We've had this over 2 years, and I've never had to do a deep cleaning. We just a little bit of zeolite on, sprayed zeolite, and then just put a layer because we do the deep litter method. The 2 most comments I get is that's how clean the coop is, and also how there's 0 smell. There's literally 0 smell. So, and the food, that's where the food is. It's the main food bowl, and then grit because they don't have teeth. So they use that to grind. Every once in a while, if the eggs start getting a little thin, I'll give them oyster shells, but I do that as very rarely just because I'm concerned about the heavy metals, even if it's from a good source. And then this is the backup source. This is a Rent-A-Coop, and that holds about 50 pounds of feed in it. So for the bedding, I just used metal containers and then split it with the concrete blocks. They kind of like the privacy, so but you can see where they dug holes. Keeps the eggs really clean. And then over here, which I added initially, but I probably don't need to do, or you wouldn't need to do, but this is an RO system. Now the ducks get all RO water. All their drinking water is RO. So, but this came in from the house, and then I wanted an easy way to clean it, so I just figured I've got the little brush. It's a 4-inch tube. It's with a float in there, and then the ducks make the water so dirty. So I just let it all flow out. It flows out to taro root in the back, which likes a lot of water, and then and that's it. But I probably wouldn't do that again because they really don't need it. But And then also we got just a little fence here. We do that for if like we had one of the ducks that hurt her leg pretty bad during mating. So we were able to quarantine her, and she could still socialize with the ducks, but you know, give her leg time to heal. So, and this is the run. This was a big change too, because we try to do what nature does. So this way the ducks can be themselves. They come out here and forage and hang out, and they just love chilling, especially when it's Sunday or when it's sunny. All I did was I just used poles, and I ran these wires with metal wires, and then I put a heavy-duty bird tarp on it, and that's pretty much it. It's been working really well. The trees in here are about 4 times bigger than the other ones I planted too, probably from all the fertilizing. And I had no idea, but ducks love banana leaves and just a banana plant. So what my ducks did is they actually gnawed this whole banana tree down. So they seem to be okay. They've been doing it for 2 years, and it doesn't seem to be hurting them, but they love banana leaves. This runs probably about 1,200 square feet too. So, and then when I was doing all my research, all these guys would be talking about, you know, what they use or all the stuff, but they would never tell you what they use. So I'm just going to let you know what I use. I don't have any relations with any of these companies other than like their products. It's not a money thing for me, but just to let you know what I use. So this is the hemp. It's pesticide free, really good. If I did advertise for anybody, this would be Scratch and Peck. This stuff is the bomb. It's corn-free, soy-free, essential oils. This is the only food that I found was acceptable, you know, from my perspective as far as growing organic and stuff, since there's a lot of greenwashing. There's the oyster shells. That's Scratch and Peck. The grit. Nutritional yeast, because if you're using chicken feed, they need a little bit more niacin for bones and stuff, so I add that once in a while. That's the Owasa pump. I just like them because it's a really good quality company. It's German. That was the float in the pool, nothing special. I really like these these water drinkers because they're 5 gallons, easy to clean. Ducks go through so much water, so I really like those. That's the zeolite I put in the pool, and that's the coop refresher. And those are the eggs we got today. We've got some ducks that are molting, so I got 23 ducks, and we probably got about 16 or 17 eggs. I was getting about 21 eggs a day, so I don't know if that's just their lifestyle, you know, that they're, so that's comparable with any chicken. And also it's you know, it's just all natural, no artificial light or anything. So I hope this helps. If you know, gives you some good ideas, and we appreciate you watching, and have a good day. Thank you.